We're live, and we're going to start off talking about a little time capsule here. We were talking about accessories pre-show, going into Google Images. Dave said you got to look up the Corbot 5 War Axe accessory. We're talking some favorite accessories, and in Google Images, we found Starscreamer Rants on WordPress.
God, as I said, I was done. I remember building that little backdrop, and I'm like, oh, I'm so cool with that. And yeah, my photography has definitely evolved, and I still love that accessory. I still have 2 of them.
You gotta love when you can go back and see some of these old Cybertron figures.
I bought that new.
Oh man, and Energon.
But it looks good with it. That's how cool that accessory was. Yeah. That was an old review. That was one of the old third-party stuff.
Oh man, and Power Core Combiners.
That's not a Power Core Combiner. That's an Energon.
Oh, that is an Energon figure.
That's from Energon. That's one of the Omnibots.
And I'm gonna guess you probably took this picture around 2010.
Yes. Well, yeah, that's when I moved into that house.
Yeah. So yeah, in lieu of tonight's joke, we just have some pure nostalgia goodness.
Yeah. So if you ever want to see, before I learned how to take photos, it was Starscreamer's Rants on WordPress. And yeah, I was reviewing a little bit of everything from Transformers to figure arts to my first Marvel Legend I put on that site.
So. And we might even put a link in the description below.
Yeah.
All right, let's get this started.
Hey, Mike Rogers is in the chat. Wait, hold on.
Fab Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
Wherever
we don't know where T is right now. Matt will be on in a little bit, but we got an awesome guest hanging out with us tonight, Mr. Mike Rogers. It's Thursday night. You're watching us here live. We got a couple requests before we get things going. One, first and foremost, pop into that live chat over there if you're watching us live on YouTube. We've already got a lot of cool folks hanging out with us. If you want to be part of the show, we'll be highlighting your comments, chatting with you, all that good stuff. So make sure just to drop a comment, and yeah, we'll be chatting with you throughout the course of this fine September 1st evening. Make sure you drop a like for us, smash that like button. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and as always, check the link in the description below. We've got our Teespring store where you can get some great shirts like the Figure Action Vice shirt designed by Mr. Joe Crab, as well as a bunch of other designs. We got one by Dave. We've got one by me. We'll be adding some more stuff in the near future, and I'll probably do a giveaway when we add those. We had a giveaway last week. Winston was our big winner. We're getting his prize out real shortly. And yeah, stay tuned because we're going to have some cool stuff coming down the pipeline. But we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. So without missing a beat, let's start finding out how the hell everybody is. And if you got anything cool this week, starting off with True Starscreamer. Dave, how are you? And what cool things did you get this week?
Well, I'm not going to talk about my plumbing issues. I mentioned in the previous chat. I don't even want to talk about it right now, but other stuff is still going through. So let's talk about me spending more money on things that I want instead. Very Hasbro heavy this week. I went out and I did find Tarantulas.
Ooh, I'm jealous.
Who's a real knockout.
Also jealous.
And then I did pick up. I found Red Cog, which I don't think is worth the money. I spent too much on this. He's got a big gun, but it should have been $31. And then I did find IDW style blur, which I think is pretty cool. Fake wheels and all. I didn't mention this previously, but I did pick up the Spider-Man 2-pack and spinner with Spider-Man and Spinnerette with all the pinless joints. I am really looking forward to photographing this guy. And just for the hell of it, I happen to have found an extra Cobra officer out in the wild. And because I'm like, oh, look, a troop builder, I bought a troop builder because that's what they should do.
Exactly.
And that is my wild, wacky week of buying stuff.
Man, that was like the fastest I think you've gotten through a haul.
It's Hasbro, and stuff I haven't bought. Wait until I hit that ship button from BBTS. I ordered the wackiest, weirdest thing I ever.
It wasn't like the ramen noodle model kit, was it?
No. No.
To me, that's the.
No. You'll see.
All right. We'll hop over to our guest, Mr. Mike Rogers. Mike, thanks again for joining us tonight. How the hell are you?
Thank you for letting me on again. It's great to talk to you guys and hang out on a Thursday night. My week has been hectic as all get out, just between real life and such. And this past weekend, I started getting wild hair at my ass, so I decided to.
We are not yet sponsored by Manscaped, so I can't help with that.
Lawnmower 4.0.
But basically, I made the decision I needed to finish up getting all my cabinets that I needed. So I have been shifting stuff around. I took all the figures down and was trying to move things around so I can get another cabinet and another D-top because College Park IKEA actually had a bunch in stock. So I ran and picked up one because I needed some symmetry for the one I have on this side. And the other one I gave to my wife because she has fallen into the trap of getting Funko Pops. So I've been killing myself trying to get this organized. And hauls this week, because this is another crazy adventure of Mike spending money he really doesn't need to, but why not? I picked up the MDLX Prime,
also jealous.
Which is very cool, to go with Bumblebee. I'm debating on Megatron, so we'll see how that comes around. With that TCP order, I finally had my G2 Groove delivered, as well as a Fans Hobby Monster Bot, which is actually boxed up and ready to go to friend Sony.
Which Monster Bot?
It's a Double Cross.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, and I picked up the because Grotesque is so hard to find anymore, and because it comes with all the extra pieces. I actually found an eBay auction that just had the pieces for Double Cross, so I got those. So they're in the box, Sony, and they'll be on their way for you to review. Speaking of Sony, he was nice enough to send me the Studio 86 Spike with the Black Hanzo he recently reviewed that I picked up. And what else? You guys are a bad influence because I always start out saying, I am just going to do Transformers. That's it. Just Transformers. And then it was, oh man, there's G.I. Joe. Loved it as a kid. These guys are so detailed and stuff. And now I'm sharing the weight with everyone else to get that hiss. And then this week, I was talking to another friend, Greg Tony, otherwise G Tony, and he was going on and on about another brand of figures. So out of sheer curiosity, I went out to All Time Toys and I picked up the Super 7 Ultimates Thundercats Lion-O and thought he was really cool. And then I found the Panthro on Amazon for $30, so he's here. And now I'm starting another rabbit hole that I didn't think I was going to go down. And it's because I know you guys.
I'm innocent on that
so
one.
Thanks.
I am all innocent on that.
You know how Super 7 loves to do the parody stuff? Like they're doing like a lot of the the Simpsons, they're doing the McBain. I would love to see Super 7 just somehow throw a Hail Mary and get the rights to do this. The Lion-O Richie.
That is really cool. And let's see what else is going on in the crazy adventures. I am trying something new. It all started with I was playing around with, or when I was doing this stuff behind me here, I was shifting around my Gigapower Swoop, and the little plastic piece that holds the foot broke on me. So I went to work the following Monday and talked to my friend a coworker who also gets into 3D printing, and he printed me a replacement piece. So now my swoop is repaired.
Nice.
And with that, I am showing a little bit of a preview of something that I'm doing now. So I'll let you guess what this figure kind of looks like, or this a bunch of plastic right now. So, but there's a website out there, 3D Toy Makers, and there's a gentleman who has put out a bunch of free files that cover a whole slew of G1 Transformers, Autobots, and Decepticons. So I started dabbling and printing out the parts to build this Jetfire. So I'm about 3 or so days in. I'm actually got a print going right now in front of me, but trying to get all the white pieces together, and I'm going to paint, sand, and put this together, and hopefully show it off here in a couple weeks. So
yeah, looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, this is my random attention span to distract me from stuff and work, and like I said, the house in Virginia that I'm still trying to get together in the market, so I need a distraction, and my attention span is all over the place.
So that thing's masterpiece scale, right?
This is going to be 30 centimeters, so I think he's going to be more, they're all the same size as the Siege Jetfire.
Okay.
Or a
That's
little bit
still big.
taller. Oh yeah, it's still huge. I mean, this piece together with some screws and stuff was like 17 hours of print. So he's gonna be a big boy.
Awesome.
So I'm curious to see what it's gonna be like. And there's a bunch of articulation points between the arms and legs and whatnot. So we'll see how it goes.
Cool. Awesome
But
stuff.
that's everything I can ramble on about.
That 3D prints look so awesome when done.
Sony says he's excited to see how it wraps up. I
He
think
can
he should
come
have
in
him.
and tell you in person. I think he's got access.
He does have the link.
So, yeah. So what's going on with you, man?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So it's been kind of a hectic week with work project stuff. We had some folks come to the house today and do some. Well, we got our new pool cover, which is exciting, and then this weekend we've got our wedding celebration for people that couldn't come to the Carolinas. So I'll be doing a lot of cooking and preparation. I'll be firing up the smoker, getting some pulled pork ready, and just kind of looking forward to having a 3-day weekend, even if it's going to be a busy one. I did get a question in the chat from Action Figure Dude. He wants to know what I think about the Metroid Dread Samus from Figma, and I'm stoked for that. I ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted as much Metroid merchandise as possible. I still am holding out hope that eventually Figma will do a Ridley figure. But yeah, I'm really excited for that Dread Samus and the Emmy. I hope that we get a fusion suit, because that's the one major omission, and that and the non-Varia power suit. But I'm stoked for that. I'm also hoping that we see some more finished stuff on that in the future. Well, in the near future, because I'm sure we'll get like one of those like good smile events. So, and actually, I'm also hoping that Figma just makes a Metroid. It's and the Super Metroid. All we have right now is the Jack specific stuff, and those they're good, but they're kind of lacking. As for my acquisitions this week, I got another Black Series helmet. I got the Bo-Katan helmet, and if you want to Dave
Leave the
jokes,
helmet on.
if you want to Dave jokes, there were enough jokes in our chat about my wife wearing this. So, considering,
And really, Alexa, if you're watching, and other things too, absolutely, of course.
yes,
Of course.
But yeah, I mean, the Black Series helmets are fantastic. They're great value for money. I've always really loved this design, and it's really cool to have a nice physical representation. It does all the same stuff that the other Mandalorian helmets do. Targeting computer flips down. I didn't realize until I got this one that you can actually take this panel off, and you You can actually have the targeting computer like go clear.
Oh, okay.
So definitely cool stuff. So I now have both flavors of Boba Fett helmet, the Mandalorian helmet, and Bo-Katan. I never got the Death Watch Mandalorian helmet. Just didn't need it. The only other one I might want at this point is like the Armorer. If they make her helmet, I definitely would want that. And then thanks to Matt, I had this on pre-order a long time ago. I had it paid off on costumes.com, which is NECA's website. And man, did they rub me the wrong way when they just canceled my pre-order. Like they're like, "Oh, we oversold." Well, Matt hits me up today and he's like, "Hey, weren't you looking for this?" And it is the NECA Toka and Razor from the Turtles cartoon. Now they were only ever in one episode.
Were they? I don't even remember that.
Yeah. Yep, they were in a single episode, and they were nothing like they were in Secret of the Ooze. But it was cool to see them, and I always liked how they looked in the cartoon. And I was saying before the show, I gave up on finding the set. I was just like, it's probably just a costumes.com exclusive. It's whatever. It's kind of getting in that like too obscure to really matter. Because really the only turtle stuff I want is the Mouser multi-pack, Usagi Yojimbo, and then Ray Fillet. And then I'm like, I'm pretty much done. I've got everybody I want. I've got all the turtles, the villains. If and NECA stuff doesn't go on clearance, I don't really care about Zack and Smash. I don't really care about the like the troop builder, Ninja Turtle Robber and Rock Soldiers. So I'm like kind of like at the end of my Toon Turtle.
Until they find that one thing that you forgot about that was absolutely awesome.
I mean, it's kind of difficult at this point. I mean, like, I have the Turtle Van coming next year. The movie Toka and Razor. It's like the movie stuff. It's like there's a few more things from the movie I want. Like Danny is one. The Secret of the Ooze Shredder. But really, I'm like wrapping up what I want out of that collection.
You need.
I mean, I have the regular Casey Jones. Thanks to Effortlessly Random for sending me that. I don't have the ultimate one, but the farmhouse one. If I wanted to get an unmasked Casey Jones, maybe, and April with better knees, but
they are better knees.
I mean, really, the only two turtles that outside of Usagi, Ray Fillet, I want Burn and Irma and a better April. Those are like the only few things that I want, because the initial April that came out I don't think is all that great, and I wasn't about to get another Vern and April from that the Catwoman from Channel 6 box set just to get Burn and Irma. So that was like too far down in obscurity for me, because then I'd be like, oh, okay, I guess I have a Cat April and a Rat Vern. Yeah, I don't like duplicates like that. Outside Optimus Primes. Optimus Primes is like, that's where I do my duplicate.
Well, it's like I got the movie Turtles. I don't need the Secret of the Ooze Turtles. There's not enough of a difference.
Yeah, the longer bandana is not worth it.
I can live without that. I got Super Shredder. Don't need the other Shredder.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, the first movie was my favorite. The only thing I'm not getting Toka and Razor and there's no way I'm going to run into those in the stores. I'm not breaking my neck for them.
Lowell Martin says, NECA Turtles are hard to find in my part in Canada. Toys R Us started to carry them, but at almost double the price what GameStop charged. And Canada doesn't have Target anymore, and like Target's like our go-to place to get them here.
The movie stuff is usually at Walmart.
Yeah. Yeah, it just sucks that like NECA kind of has like their stores carved out. Because the movie stuff is also at GameStop, but it's only the single figures.
That's how I got them way back when.
Yeah.
My GameStop got them, and the manager called me and said, "I got them." I'm like, "You're awesome."
I always forget the name of the henchman in Turtles movie.
Did they make a figure of him?
They have not. And he's like the one movie character other than Danny that I'd want. And it's like I feel like the best way for them to sell the Secret of the Used Shredder is to have him. Somebody will be like, "Oh, Roland, yes, I do need Danny." So yeah, I skipped that loot crate, and then when I was considering getting it, I just was like, it had sold out. So yeah, but also looking forward to getting my floating shelves over here in the Fab Studios so I can get my turtle stuff back on display, because it's like right now my turtles collection's looking an awful lot like this, and
It looks like my Marvel Legends collection.
God, yeah, I hate having stuff in the boxes. Like I'm not ever gonna crap on MISB collectors, but like for me, the joy of a toy comes from like getting to have it out and messing with it.
Rock out with your top. No, mind.
And then trying to find spots for all the empty boxes that you have afterwards.
Well, it depends.
Yeah.
I used to be a bad box hoarder. Hasbro boxes, I try not to hoard though.
Yeah.
These GI Joes, those boxes are so perfect. Pardon me.
Well,
I keep the boxes. My imports, I keep the boxes. My Lightning collection, I finally learned to throw out the boxes, even though the artwork is so fucking beautiful on those. Marvel Legends, same thing. But damn, these GI Joe boxes are pretty.
Roland, I will hit you up because I am interested in that. Yeah, it's gonna be a sad day when they convert over the classified boxes. We know it's coming, but like those are probably the best domestic boxes, like the closest you can get to like collector grade figures. You know, there's just something so premium and perfect about those classified boxes that just makes me sad that Hasbro is gonna do away with it.
Yes. No, the NECAs are good. The NECA boxes are worth keeping.
Yeah. You know what I really wish that they would do for the G.I. Joe classified stuff, if they're going to move to eco-friendly boxes? You know those...
improved distribution?
Improved distribution, but you know how like Bandai has those boxes where like the top comes off like a shoebox? Like they do it for those like medieval and like feudal style Star Wars and Marvel characters.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they did that, if they made them like a little bit premium looking and you opened it up and they were in there, I'd probably be a little bit more receptive to it. But yeah.
Like I said, by doing that one, it gives me one less box to keep and just want to chuck it.
Yeah. Well, when I get to my forever home, my third-party boxes are... Yeah, the only ones I will keep are my Takara Tomy. And maybe the fans' toys. I'll probably... I don't know. It's a tough call. Well, because there's a labor of love that goes into the fans' toys boxes. There is. But, when Matt gets in, we'll go over how he's doing in his haul. But before he does, I guess we'll hop right into. I guess this is still your favorite Transformer segment, Dave. Do you want to do it, or do you want your?
Hit the button.
I'm trying to.
This week in repaints.
You think being married, you know where to find a button by now.
My hand gets way down now, and anyway. Oh, who could have not seen this coming?
The Polish? No.
The Polish?
Not the... Never mind. Only I can make that joke.
We'll leave that with that.
Good night, everybody.
They're asking Germany for reparations, apparently. Anyway. Yeah, we have our Nemesis version of the Bumblebee movie masterpiece Optimus Prime. So, Nemesis Prime from the Bumblebee movie. Yeah. I love this design. no idea how they're gonna distribute this, but this is like,
That's gonna have to be like a Hasbro Pulse exclusive.
yeah, I can't see Target carrying this. They might. They could prove me wrong, but this Optimus is just not a very good figure.
It's
To be
also that
honest.
one doesn't scream Nemesis.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about a good-looking Nemesis Prime towards the end of our official segment here. But prior, we early on in the show, we were talking about like how sometimes an accessory can make a figure, and I think that in saying that like this doesn't scream Nemesis, he's just missing something. He needs like some sort of lethal weapon to really complete his look.
A Mel Gibson driver?
And Danny Glover was there.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what's happy about this? DNA Toy Designs, they can sell another set of arms.
yes, yeah, and then they'll also probably sell a giant axe, for
Or sword.
And I'm sure it's gonna look cool, but like if you just want a cool looking Bumblebee movie, Nemesis Prime, I'm pretty sure 3.0 already has you covered.
Mhm.
And
Yeah. That's next.
yeah. So
Yeah.
next up, we get another interesting. Well, we get a more interesting repaint because this one's technically its own character, and this one, I think people kind of predicted. This is a Legacy or Shattered Glass Magnificus. So yeah, try saying this name, Bidic. That's a weird name, weird user, weird watermark. But yeah, I like this.
Yeah.
I like this a lot.
I hope you enjoy it.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's a cash grab. I mean, they just literally slapped the Decepticon symbol on it and changed the die.
I think it works a lot better, but there's more to it. He has a new head. I mean, he has like the faceplate.
Technically,
head.
has a toy accurate head.
Yes.
Mhm.
Maybe a cash grab. I think it looks good in these colors. I really think that they did a good job with like adding like these like matte cream colors, and the transparent red looks really good.
Oh.
I still think that they need to figure out what they're doing with these Shattered Glass figures, because they're like trying to like toe this line between, okay, are we doing homages to other characters? Are they going to include their crappy sticker sheets with these to technically make them Shattered Glass? Still, I think this is a good reuse of the Perceptor mold.
I'm glad they're able to stretch out more money from the Perceptor mold because, yeah.
Yep. For those that want it,
But I
it's great.
believe, yeah. Next. Next.
T don't like it, but I won't be shocked if it shows up. I mean, Mike, did you have anything you wanted to add on this one?
No. I think you guys spoke pretty much everything I was thinking about it. It's a nice figure. I mean, the original one was designed decently in that. Everything looks good in black, and if
I like
those,
that the original came with that Microman figure. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
so it's for those that want that completion aspect or really interested in Shattered Glass. It's a good buy for them, and I applaud them for getting it.
And now Fans Toys is going to release a black version of Tesla.
Well, Fans Toys or X-Transbot.
X-Transbot supposedly has one in the works for a repaint of their Jansen.
Yeah.
So if the legs stay together.
TF Hustler says Evil Hot Rod next. I'm shocked that they have not done that or announced it for Generation Selects, because they could do Rodimus Prime and Hot Rod.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they go with that same deco that the official Masterpiece Hot Rod had, because to me that's the best. just the teal makes it really pop. Next up, we get we're not going to spend too much time on this, but Legacy Leader Prime Dreadwing has been found in a listing.
I want.
JT Prime and Mr. Chaos. We get two people. JT Prime 17 is dead on the money with. I don't know that he's ever been wrong on any of the listings that he's pulled up. So, looking forward to seeing this. I think they've been mostly knocking out of the park with these legacy figures. Funny enough, they have Beast Megatron here, and people are mixed on that. But hopefully, this guy will get a better due than he had in the Robots in Disguise line. Which, yeah, I think for the time people like the figure. I just think he needs a proper accessory.
I liked him. I had both him and Skyquake.
Yeah.
And then actually the Cyberverse version of those was really neat because it was neat how just like the subtle repaints looked really well with them. Me personally, I think they could actually retool the Studio Series Blitzwing mold for this.
They could.
Just saying.
They could. It would have to be a heavy, but they definitely could.
I'm just saying. When I first, I think it works. Which I can't remember if I own that figure or not.
Blitzwing?
Yeah.
He came out recently, so that'd be like funny if you forgot about a figure that recently came out. Dude, so much stuff has come out this year.
When Studio Series when Blitzwing came out, I think that was when I was dealing with bullshit with packing up stuff. I was either in the apartment or so.
No. Not gonna spend too much time on this, but a possible listing of a 5-pack of the Decepticons. Now, technically, there were 7 Decepticons in the first movie. Most people are speculating that they would leave Blackout out of the pack. But yeah, just like the
Blackout and Brawl.
Well, technically 7 would be counting Frenzy. So you had Megatron, Brawl, Starscream, Bone Crusher, Barricade, Blackout. Actually, yeah, Scorponok was part.
Did they make a Studio Bone Crusher?
They did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, they've completed the original movie stuff. I mean, technically, they haven't done a Frenzy with anything, but
it's Frenzy.
It's Frenzy. He'd be tiny. Yet we have Brains and Wheelie. Those came with Shockwave of all things.
You think Frenzy would have come with Barricade? What was it? What was the gimmick line from the second movie where they actually could fit?
Oh, the Human Alliance.
The Human Alliance Barricade was such a goddamn.
I still have that.
That was the best version of Barricade made. Period. And it had the Frenzy with it that like rode in his chest. I love that.
Yeah, and that was such a cool gimmick for that character because not only could you have him in the chest, you'd also have him like riding in the seat. Yeah, the only thing I didn't like about that Barricade is that he just, for whatever reason, they decided to give him like a permanent gimmick in his right hand.
True, but that's forgivable.
Yeah.
It's better than that freaking Megatron with a mace for a hand.
That's very true.
Unless you're a Bayverse apologist, there's no reason to own it. Oh, so Zero, you got it on pre-order?
I'm not a Bayverse apologist. I just unfortunately know a lot of stuff about the Bayverse, and it's... Yeah.
Next.
Yeah, next,
Yes.
we're going to talk about a figure that I think most of us are excited for here. This is the MDLX Nemesis Prime, and this is a Nemesis Prime done right, in my humble opinion.
Oh, God, yes.
So let's see, can I make these? Yes, thank you, Zero.
I mean,
This axe.
I mean, it's the same axe.
It's the same axe, but it just it fits his character so much better. Same thing with the oversized gun. Like, that gun, the fact that they did it in silver instead of gunmetal or black, it just, for whatever reason, it really makes it pop on this character.
Well, look, it's got just enough teal And that red is perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a blood red.
Gee, almost like that's what my Studio Series Scourge should have looked like.
Yeah. Instead of the pink.
Yep.
This is going to be fun to photograph with a white background.
Yes. Or have him bookend with Prime himself on the.
I mean, this Prime is. I mean, it's Bumblebee is actually still a better figure. But it's not bad, but it's not flawless. But yeah, this looks so much better.
I think this is about how I'm going to have them.
That's beautiful.
Or this. Probably
Yes.
this. Yeah.
Oh god, I'm going to redo this display case.
When did they say that? Is there a potential release date for this?
I haven't seen one, but I would
First
assume
quarter
probably soon.
2023.
Okay.
That's how BBTS has it.
All right.
God dang, Matt, your hair is like perfect.
I've never had it this long before.
I've heard that before.
There's just really no wrong way to pose this
Have
guy.
you?
Or
No, I mean, just playing around with this guy this week. I mean, just every way you try to do it. You know, you had the finicky parts with the side skirts and such, and you know, people have talked about the little piece here over top his foot, but really, it's just I think it's just an accent that you know separates him from so many other primes that we have. I don't see it as a real distraction point.
yeah.
And just
Mike,
his
do you
presence.
recommend him?
I do. I would give him the Partsformer seal of approval.
I have the
Purchasing.
Bumblebee, but I've been the rest of the guys will tell you that I've been back and forth and yeah.
I love this tag. It's my favorite thing I've added to the show.
It's the legs remind me of bootcut jeans. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's-
something about the black paint scheme apparently makes it an extra $20. So
Well, that was only about $10 more than BBTS had it.
is it only $10 more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's a definite interest in purchase for me on this guy.
I pre-ordered it.
I'm 100% in on this. Like, still waiting for my MDLX regular Prime, but I'm 100% in on this and the Megatron.
I told you there's still 3 or 4 left up at all time if you ever get up around there.
The next time I'll probably be up that way will be in October, because typically when I go, so you know my grandparents are both buried up in Frederick, so typically I'll go when I go visit them at their grave, I'll go to cheer myself up after, and typically it's a trip to All Time and then Roy Rogers.
All
I mean, everybody's got to have a coping mechanism, right?
hey,
Yeah, basically. I'm sure somebody's laughing like, wait a minute, so you go, you're sad that your parents are gone, and then you go to Roy Rogers and All Time Toys. Okay.
I mean,
But
Listen, some people dress like a bat and fight crime.
basically, yeah.
right. It's dopamine. It's fine.
Love me some Roy Rogers though.
so we're all on this as a purchase.
Yeah,
I
probably.
think so, yeah.
I said I already hit the pre-order button. It's already pre-ordered.
Lowell's right. That Optus Nox, that thing's a winner. That is definitely a hard Nemesis Prime mold to beat, especially again concerning the added benefit that it transforms and has fully articulated hands.
I mean, I'm really liking how MMC is handling these. I mean, the Nox gets the beautiful red sword, the partially shattered face and the cape, and then like you have that axe, Mike.
I have it right here.
That beautiful. That's another good axe, which is perfect for the shattered glass color.
Yep.
I was thinking for the next convention they should. I'm surprised they haven't done a white one with a hammer yet.
They probably will. You're giving them ideas.
That is my prediction. Here.
They have the other IDW one with the extended larger guns because
and the extra like vent detail and all
I
this stuff.
actually don't want that. I mean, the guns are cool, but I'm actually.
Then they'll do their Delta Magnus or powered convoy.
They should do the white one before they do the Delta.
No, they should do an Ava one. I would take it. I would rock it in Evangelion colors.
Okay.
Oh, what's the
And they get Toxitron?
Toxitron, yeah.
Toxitron.
That's the ugliest sin.
And you know what? I've got all of them, man. I might as well just might as well start printing money in my basement.
Just be a prime collector like me.
Yeah.
No, specifically, he wants to be an Optus, Noxus, Nexus, Nuxus. Yeah.
See, Kev gets it. Kev gets it. He says, Roy Rogers and All Time Toys, they are a great combo. You cannot deny it.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that are undeniable, Partsformer, how the hell are you? And what cool things have you got this week?
I'm very sleepy. But I'm
Can't be
doing
as
all right.
sleepy as T.
No, he forgot what day it was. So
It's Fortnite Day.
it's Fortnite Day.
Just one of the founders of the show. That's all.
No,
I
he
went,
was in the chat.
Was he? Is he?
Yeah,
is
Yeah,
in his
because
store?
he can chat
Yes.
in between Victory Royales.
Is he playing Fortnite or is he in a store?
He's probably doing both.
Only him?
I went to see Rogue One last weekend in IMAX, which was cool.
Everybody still died.
Yes.
But they
and-
change it at the end. Somebody screams, "Hey, everybody! Duke's gonna be okay."
Right, and yeah, it's actually Tarkin. They do it, but they don't have the budget anymore, so that extra scene they had to use a Muppet, and it just looks like one of the old guys from the balcony. Still a good movie though, even with that extra scene. But they did show an extended look at Andor, which looks pretty cool. I'm excited about that. Not so much excited that I'm sure we'll talk about the Black Series figures announced or Walmart exclusives, but
We're gonna talk about them.
we'll get there. For this week, so just by coincidence, I never picked up a Chirrut or Baze figure from Rogue One, and Chirrut was on sale for $11 on Amazon. Got him. From Nick the Toy Guy this week, so here's what I did. I saw it. I was like, I don't need Outback. I don't care about Outback. So what I did this time was, instead of waiting for it to be out of stock and then bitching about it, I bitched about it now and then caved while it was still in stock, and I didn't have to pay any late fees.
Sony was
Nice.
trying to help you find one too. He was like,
He was, and he hit me up, and I was like, dude, those were my pictures. He's like, oh, you guys change your name so much in there. I'm like, so I got an Outback. I'm glad I got him because this mold is super fun to transform. It's definitely one of the top of my list for fans toys to transform. And Jordan, you'll note I do have the Autobot symbol.
"Oh no, I was gonna say something because I wanted to review T's comment. Is that accurate?"
Yeah,
you know.
so that's accurate, and then I do have a mini one on his little shoulder in alt mode. I mean, in robot mode. And then today, a last-minute pickup, RIP Jordan's, but mine is pretty good. It's part of the NECA Target celebration that they have going on now. A NECA RoboCop reissue with the updated paint scheme. He's really cool, man. Like I wasn't expecting that. For his Auto 9, I didn't know it did that.
It's actually got waist articulation is what I would love because the previous one did not have that. Previous one didn't even have elbows.
This one absolutely has waist articulation
And the diaphragm joint.
But I did have to hit this thing pretty good with the hairdryer, but he does crunch back and forth a little bit. No bicep swivel though, like none.
What gets me is I wish he had butterflies.
So, yeah, that's the only weird little QC issue with mine. I'll show you. It's not even an issue, really. It's just a weird fact is that not so much butterfly, but if you look at his crotchtamen, you'll see that this leg sticks out further than this leg. And I don't know why. It doesn't affect anything. It's seated correctly. I have no idea why.
Butterflies in his thighs. I couldn't tell you why.
If I angle it in a little bit, you can't tell the difference. So I'm just going to hold this shot of Murphy's crotch for as long as you'll let me.
I can feel it, but I don't remember it.
What's funny is
the best part is like the goatee sits right there at the bottom of his crotch, so he needs manscaped.
Now what happens?
God, no.
If I take the figure and rotate it, it kind of still looks like his crotch. You can't tell. He has no ass.
Next.
That's it. I'm done.
But I don't remember it.
Back to you. Back
Roll
to the
Ray
news.
says, I think my old Mecha Robocop does the same thing.
With the goatee and the balls?
No, God damn.
Well, we know what gets Dave.
Oh, and Jordan, you'll see mine. It's very flimsy, but the pods do work. This plastic
flimsy.
is like cheap as shit, but it does hold.
Yeah.
So you just got to be careful with it.
Mine was assembled incorrectly, where the one bipod was flipped. It was on the inside.
Yep. Same here. Yep.
Oh, okay. So yours was misassembled too.
Yes, but because you said that, I took it out. I carefully removed it and then put it in correctly. So keep an eye out. But mine was too. This side, which I guess is the gun's left side, it was actually sitting inside, not really connected to anything. So
yeah, that'll be when I exchange mine. I'll be super careful. Next up, this one is I left this on official Transformer stuff. Even though it's not even really a Transformers item. However, if anybody wanted a toy version of a transforming masterpiece Jetfire in their collection, Kids Concept has you covered. This went up for pre-order today for, I think this is a BBTS exclusive, at least as far as U.S. distribution is concerned. So this, if you want this to be your masterpiece Jetfire, this could be a good option. This is
didn't they say it's gonna be small though?
It's gonna be small. It's 1/72 scale.
7.5 inches tall.
Yeah.
That's not
so
but the light up features on this are fantastic. Like, they're so brilliant. The cockpit lights up from the inside, just like mine. And the rear boosters are so vibrant. Like, I almost pulled the trigger on this, but it's $220. So
$260.
Yeah.
$260.
That's a little
It's a little dicey, pricey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it costs less than a G1 Jetfire, no thanks. I'll get a G1 Jetfire.
The thing to keep in mind about this, though, is it's limited to 1,000 pieces. So, Rocket Punch Army came out of hiding. He did a video on it. I used to love his videos, but he was like, "Go pre-order this now. It's probably going to sell out." I do think that there will be a demand for this. I just. For me, I don't really care about toy versions of things. I'm not a huge Macross fan, but I think it looks awesome.
Absolutely.
Isn't this Gundam?
No,
I'm just trying to piss people.
No, it's Voton.
Sanjay, Jay's on this. It looks. I love the lights on this.
I seriously almost pulled the trigger on it, but
man,
I had to draw the line. So I told Sony, I'm like, I want this, but I started dipping my toe into Hot Toys. I gotta relax.
You gotta cut back on the rabbit holes.
Yep. I mean, I love holes, but there's just some you can't tackle right away.
Hold on, let me text. That's what I want to message about that. No, okay.
All right, let's get into our third-party news. This is, I think the initial pictures actually came from Sony. He was at BotCon this past week. We got a lot of X-Transbot stuff we're going to talk about here. Starting off with a very, very smart reuse of their lock. This is their Origo, which obviously is an Orion Pax. Get some renders here. I never got lock. Mike, I know you're big into X-Transbots. Did you get the revision of lock?
I have both versions of lock back here. The version 1 is a very detailed statue that if you don't touch it, it won't fall apart on you.
Right.
Version 2 is a lot better. Still has its quirks, but I think it's a good mold now that it's been fixed and properly manufactured. And I like the use that they have in these pictures. I mean, the retooling is really
awesome.
cool. So now there was some debate on what that actually turned into, and I think the description that some people had was that that's going to be a repair bay.
It's basically Prime's trailer 1.0 without a roller or repair or things.
Little repair bot. Mike,
Right.
do you have the first lock? Is it that one couldn't transform without actually taking the head off, right?
There was a lot of people that tried to transform them. It was mostly it would just get scratched to shit, or you had to flex everything, or literally would fall apart in your hands.
Gotcha.
For me, I didn't have too much of an issue with the first one, other than some parts on the legs fell off out of the box, and the sliders on the thighs to compact them for transformation. Mine wouldn't move on one side.
Okay.
So he's very finicky. But like I said, the second one, which sorry from the back. So this is version 1. You can tell because of the paint. Again, on the windows here in the back, and the face is a lot brighter. So this is the first one, and like I said, he's very, very quirky, to say the least. So a lot of stuff doesn't tab in well, and if you just want to have him there for looks, he does that part before you try to manipulate him. But really posing him is nigh impossible. And give me a second, and I'll grab the second one here if you want.
Are you going to dedicate that entire detolf behind you to that one to lock? The other side.
Oh, you're on mute, Mike.
You're on mute.
Shoot, sorry. Look at that. All right. No, actually, I can do one better than lock, and thanks to G Tony, I can do a flock of sea sprays. I have both of the Fansways versions and both of the X-Transpots.
Sprays?
Yes.
And they swam so far away.
So this is version 2. And you can tell some differences in regards to some of the white is a little brighter. God, I'm not used to doing this. Sorry. The white's a little brighter on the version 2. And it has the dark window pane on the back. But the tolerances are much better with this guy. He's a lot more posable, and as much as you feel comfortable moving some X-Transbots figures and putting them in poses, he feels a lot better than version 1. At least this guy stands up on his own without having to dip forward or back.
You know what we need to do? Just kind of like a little, not to derail, but when Henry comes back, like full force on YouTube, we need to have like a video ranking all of the X-Transbots figures.
All right,
you kids have fun.
You
kids have fun.
It'll be
say
good.
that, Dave, but there are some hidden gems there, and I'm curious to know, because like Mike see my collection, I've got a lot of X-Transbots figures.
I know they're Cliff Jumper, and I know their Cosmos are solid figures.
This guy's fantastic.
But everything else has just no.
Now my
Neptune's
one comment.
good.
My one comment about X-Transbots is they have announced a shit ton of figures, so they need to start cranking some out.
Yes,
they have announced a ton.
Well,
I'm waiting for that punch counter punch, man.
I am too. That's my most anticipated third party.
And the Run Twins, the Runabout Twins too.
Yes.
Right.
But sorry for dragging this out of the way, but
no,
looks great.
Yeah.
You are
You know.
officially part of the show now. You did it. You nailed it.
Yeah.
Hey.
I got to highlight a couple comments here because Jay up the line said, you got to wonder if this trailer is an indication maybe they're working on a Rodimus Prime. Personally, I want an all-in-one Rodimus Prime, and I don't really see them retooling this, but
you mean Carrie?
Yeah, Carrie was an all-in-one Rodimus Prime, but he was Studio Ox. Like I want a G1 all-in-one Rodimus Prime. But yeah, I'm 100% in on this. I never got Locke. I've just kind of, held on to my Fans Toys Coot, but he's still not the best. Cobra Clan has had the V1 Locke, and I was too intimidated to mess with it, to be honest, because I was like, I don't want to be in a you break it, you buy it situation.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this was definitely a cool reveal. We're going to go over to X-Transbot's Facebook page where they actually say this month they are dropping all 4 of their Inferno Grapple molds, so that we've got Inferno Grapple, Artfire, and Hauler coming from them. So that's going to be interesting to see. The only one I'm really interested in is Hauler, because I don't have a Masterpiece Hauler. If I were to get any of them, it would be that, just to kind of check out the mold.
That's the one I have pre-ordered. So as soon as Eddie and crew down south get them, then I'll get them up there. And if you don't have them, I'll bring them over and let you look at them and stuff.
Yeah, I definitely would like to check it out. We're going to actually head over to friend of the show, TM Reviews. He was at BotCon, and we're going to pull up his Facebook page. He actually got credited on a bunch of news sites for his coverage this past weekend. So he has a review on Nelson. Nelson was a remold of Ollie, the V4 Ollie. X-Transbots, Agabus, Realm of Collectors all worked together to create an exclusive repaint of Ollie. It was limited to 200 pieces, so they had their rock box. So just check out TM Reviews, and also check out the Lex Baldwin. They both were able to review that figure. They both were at BotCon. Also, Sony had shared out Fans Hobby has their Armada Overload. We kind of looked at this briefly. We get some good robot mode pics of the prototype, and I am super excited for this. Super excited for this. It just looks ridiculously awesome, and I really can't wait for them to come out with their Jetfire, so I can have the Pants Prime, Overload combination, and then have Tidal Wave and Megatron. It's just ridiculously awesome.
Was the original figure? Did it have? was it that kind of shaped or hooked around in the back for the original? I mean, I had the original Armada Prime when I was much younger and whatnot, but I never bought this figure. So
Yeah,
I don't know how it attached the back.
I missed out on Overload, but I remember he kind of clipped onto the top very similarly and became large shoulder cannons for him. That was kind of like his shtick. And I remember holding out and waiting for the Energon version that was painted up in Ultra Magnus colors, and just never being able to find him. But yeah, that's basically what he did.
Okay.
And let's see, our second to last thing on our third-party docket here. So we got a lot of non-Transformer stuff I want to get through as well. We're going to talk about the Headstrong, which is the Kang Toys huge Rhino. We get some prototype pictures. Looks awesome, to be honest. I'm not in on the Kang Toys Predaking.
The gorilla looks really good painted.
It does. That would be such a cool one-off as well. But I feel like if I did that, I'd want to go back and get some of the other thing.
I mean, I have said every time with this Kang Toys thing, it is an incredibly ambitious project. I mean, I love the fact that the filler pieces are all transformable things. The feet
at
are
that
robots.
foot.
The hands are a robot crab. You know, I just think it
forms an
should have been
army.
a dedicated.
Yeah.
It's like I think it should have just been its own.
Yeah. And then the last bit on our third-party docket, this is a very interesting one because it's kind of, again, you're going to call me a Bayverse apologist, but I don't really care here because this is a Waspinator if he had an Earth mode. This is the Trojan Horse Hurricane. It's up now. There's no full price on it, but Bombus B actually has a. Or actually, is there a full price? $32. Oh wait, I can't tell if that's their full price or if that's just like kind of like
the alt mode.
Well, the alt mode is really interesting. It is an Apache helicopter.
Huh?
Yeah.
I get it, but I don't, because like an Apache helicopter is huge and Waspinator is small.
Or maybe he's more of an attack helicopter. I don't know my helicopters, so don't hate me on that. But there he
I'm
is.
just saying, like, Waspinator, I could understand him being like a drone, you know?
I have no space in my collection for this, but I think it is awesome, to be honest.
I dig it. I think that is more like a drone.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? It's not our 700th Optimus Prime. It's something different.
Yeah.
I mean, he's chug scale.
Well, I mean, I think that's the masterpiece Bumblebee right there. Okay. If you want an idea for scale. So.
That MP or that's not Studio? No, it's not Studio.
Yeah, that's the MPM. I think this is one of the model kit Optimus Primes. But that's definitely if it's not the official MPM, I think that it's either the Weijang or the official MPM. But that's the model kit.
Mr. Martin says it best.
Interesting, but a pass.
Next.
That's been a recurring theme in this episode. We're gonna get into what Matt wanted to talk about earlier. We get the Andor reveals. We're gonna start out with kind of the obvious. We have Ferrix and the Shore Trooper reissue. Unless Matt, this isn't a new Shore Trooper, is it? This is just a straight up reissue.
I can't tell if the gun is different, but I know the base trooper looks the same to me.
Yeah, I mean, I have the Shore Trooper is one of my favorite figures.
Yep,
it's just. I mean, I hate to say it, they wouldn't 2.0 that. I mean, they would not 2.0 that one. It has so much tooling in it.
Cassian Andor.
I guess we should also say mild spoilers for Andor. You know, there's some figure reveals if you care about that.
No. But I mean, kind of basic stuff. Also interesting, it doesn't seem like Black Series is going to go the route of eco packaging yet. These are some. I guess Andor's been in the works for a while though, so it's hard to say.
Right, this could be leftovers from their.
Yeah.
Before the changeover. But yeah, here's Cassian in Imperial outfit for story reasons.
It's like Solo, but Diego Luca.
This is interesting. Like, this is just called Dark Imperial Officer Dark Times. Like, what does that mean?
It means he's going on your old white guy shelf.
So damn it, I do like this one.
Is that a soft goods cape?
No,
it isn't.
No. It is.
That's hard. No, that's just
molded
plastic. That's molded plastic.
But look what keep going and see it's got the picture in it.
There's a picture.
Yeah, there's one here that's interesting.
There's another picture.
No. Watch, they're not gonna have there. How are they doing that then?
So
Are they wired? No.
I say, is it modular, or I mean, the pieces come off the back?
Yeah.
No, that's no way. There's unless the plastic's folding.
Or if they're putting like wires of soft plastic.
No,
It's the only thing I can think of.
no, that wouldn't work. I bet you he folded it out and popped it.
Oh yeah, Inutabi's right. It looks like Anton Merrick, the blue leader from Rogue One.
Huh.
Oh yeah.
Dang shame they used every single one of their U-wing fighters on that in Rogue One. Those would have been useful later in life.
It could be. That could be like their twist for the show.
I mean, they had the Alliance had lots of Imperial defectors. They never did a Crix Madine figure.
Yeah.
He was an Imperial defector.
They even made Han Solo an Imperial defector.
Right, which actually is kind of the case. I mean, we won't get into it. This guy's a big helmet.
He does have a big. He's like basically like Dark Helmet. He's like your if you wanted like a custom fodder for Dark Helmet, you got
Totally do that.
That's the same figure.
Yeah, it's an awesome figure though.
It looks cool. Yeah.
Ah, damn it, that's true. Inutabi says he wants a TVC U-wing. I want a Micro Galaxy U-wing. I want it.
You know what they need to do? They need to reissue, or not reissue, but re-release Rogue Leader on modern consoles, and that'll really get people like hyped for some of these figures, like especially like a B-wing. Like I wanted an A-wing, to be honest with you.
They're on the Micro Galaxy.
Yeah.
Yep, that's in Wave 2.
Oh man. Always like the A-wings.
Yeah. Oh, you do remember the V-wings from Rogue Rogue Squadron. That never made it out past the games though. I don't think that was ever actually canon outside of the games.
You know, did they like Dash Rundar's ship, the Outrider? They left that in the New Hope Special Edition. So like, I wonder if they could get away with doing that. Is it like still not canon, or have they ever said?
I believe if I have to check my facts on this, but I think Dash Rendar may have been mentioned. I believe he is canon now. I'll have to do some research on that.
The Outrider was like one of my favorite Star Wars vehicles as a kid, just because of the way it was like a miniature Millennium Falcon, but then it would shift and transform. So, give me an Outrider and yeah. Lowell says Han in the old solo books was an Imperial washout. I vaguely remember that. It's been a long time. But yeah, that's what we got for our Black series. We'll get into, I think, Dave's second favorite segment outside of This Week in Repaints.
Oh God, no! I'm leaving my wallet closed. Fuck.
I don't know. Like we're gonna talk page punchers first. Like they're doing a flash wave for this.
Oh God, I hate this. Saves me so much money.
You don't like these?
That is the worst design of Captain Cold I ever saw. Same with Heatwave.
What about the Atom?
Atom's okay, but that's about it.
Okay. So yeah. First up, Heatwave. I think this is cool.
Heatwave again. Heatwave and Captain Cold. They just had pistols, and they don't have these stupid arm things. That was like the whole thing about those guys is they were engineers who had these small weapons that could do so much incredible damage with them.
Like I love this accessory piece that comes with Atom. You can't deny that's pretty cool.
That is cool. Now, are these comics from the latest run, or is this something specific Todd was putting just for this week?
It's from a current run.
Okay.
Now, the face on the Atom, I think, is a little bit lacking.
It's Brandon Choi's, not Ray Palmer.
get extra hands,
which is rare.
Yeah, it's very rare.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'm not too big on this version of the Flash. Those are existing effects pieces. Captain Cold, I'll level with you, but I do like the fact that the blaster comes off.
But he's just supposed to have a cold gun, just a small pistol.
Depends on your definition of small.
The whole idea was he could do so much damage with that little thing. It was an awesome. I love Captain Cold. He's one of my favorite characters.
What I'm really curious on is your opinion of the Gorilla Grodd he's doing for this.
I liked the first Gorilla Grodd, actually. I was very pleased with it. No, no, I'm happy with the one I have.
No, I think the orange.
No, so much money saved.
Yeah, the orange on this definitely needs like a dry brushing or something.
I think Jedi Mindset had a good analogy that now I see it, I can't unsee it. He said it looks Captain Cold's weapon looked like a Halo weapon, and I can see
absolutely.
Halo influences in all these.
Yeah,
it's just Jeff John.
It does look like a depowered energy sword,
but a cold one.
Roll Reed says, "Is this Warhammer 40K?" I mean, I can also see
some skulls.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a great picture. I mean, you can look up when you look up Captain Cold, he's got the fuzzy collar, but he just has the glasses on and just the pistol. He doesn't need no stupid cape. Ugh. Again. Next, pass, money.
I want a Batman Beyond Mr. Freeze from Todd. Okay. Gold label Tim Drake. Not much to say on this one.
Looks good. That's actually I like that better than Red Robin.
Yeah. I also like that you get 2 accessories, you get the staff and a batarang, but also this is like one where just give him some hands, man. Next up, and our last Todd item, we're going to talk about this one's actually exclusive to the McFarlane store, which is, he doesn't do too many of those. I think the only other one outside the guns was the like classic Doomslayer, which made very little sense to me because it's like that would actually have a lot more appeal than the Doomicorn, but I digress. This is the Superman from Hush.
I'm surprised that this is actually a really good Superman. I mean, Mafex is just coming out with this one.
I feel like if this came with a second head, it would be absolutely perfect. Like,
won't fight you on that.
I feel like we've talked about like McFarlane Superman on here, and it's just like I feel like he just hasn't like, yeah. What were you gonna say, Mike?
I'm looking at it, and again, I'm very much a noob to all this part of figures, but when I see it, I mean, all I see is like that's a perfect remold for Bizarro, because just the way that his shoulders are so enlarged and broad.
They actually made a Bizarro, I think, with this mold.
Yeah.
Okay. This is either the Bizarro or the infected Superman, which is like an evil a Superman infected with the Joker virus.
Okay.
Yeah, but like as far as standard Superman figures are concerned, like Todd just really hasn't done one yet. like tick the boxes for anybody. I like how he's like doing this. It's like supposed to be a flight pose, but it looks like Emilio Estevez at the end of Breakfast Club.
I see it.
It's also interesting that he's got a gold label exclusive to his website.
He's allowed to. It's his
I
game.
mean, it's his stuff. I just think it's funny. So we'll get out of Todd and we'll start getting into some more stuff that I think people are going to care about. We'll talk first about an Amazon exclusive, or at least I think it's initially Amazon exclusive Marvel Legends figure that is Gore the God Butcher.
Oh God, where's my soapbox?
The Wallet
It's right
Butcher.
here. It's called Figure Action.
The Wallet Butcher.
So, yeah, this figure's coming out at about $30. He's a little bit taller, so yeah, $29.99.
Yeah.
But it still is just kind of a random. It's a regular release.
It's a regular release. It's on the. It's not. It's got some neat parts. I love the fact that the sword is actually a replaceable hand.
Let's see if we got. Yeah, so here we go. But for the most part, this is just what would traditionally have been a $20 Marvel Legends figure.
I was surprised this wasn't in the Thor wave, to be honest. Well, I know they did the movie one, but
So Kev says
$30, Dave. For last, no, it's $30. It's a $20 figure that they're charging $30 for.
Yeah, because I mean, there's no Build-A-Figure in here. There's no extra hands. There's no.
Well, there's an extra head. One extra hand.
Well, there's one extra hand and one extra head. But I mean, these are things that were like par for the course with Marvel Legends. And you know, if we're looking at like the latest Spider-Man wave, you know, I saw the Future Foundation Peter Parker Spider-Man at Target, a couple Targets. I will probably get the Iron Spider just because it just looks awesome to me. But I don't know, like what Hasbro is doing with the pricing of these figures is just, it's very concerning to me, because it's just like, how long before these things are $40? You know,
I don't know if this is Hasbro or Amazon charging for it, but
it's got to be Hasbro. I mean, Amazon, like they just did their Transformer stuff, the Wreck and Roll stuff, and I mean those had premium packaging. They had, you know, for what it's worth, they had the Build-A-Hammer. It was all cardboard, but you know they were pulling in older figures. I mean, a Combiner Wars Deluxe is bigger than, you know, a modern Deluxe just by a little bit, and we still get Top Spin.
I'm saying this. There's a time you draw a line in the sand, and this is when I'm drawing the line, and I'm not going to.
You have to. Yeah. This should have been 24 at the very most.
Yeah.
You know.
Plus the package. I mean, it does. I mean, the guy took some good photos. I like those pictures. I like those poses, but no.
Yeah, it's just the new style packaging.
The packaging doesn't even have to. The packaging is pinless joints, which is funny.
Jenna says Marvel Legends $29 at the Target near him.
Yeah. $29 at Target, and then eventually they can go on clearance. But
yeah. Kev says when they become $40, you have just 2 imports. It's line for.
Well, no. When they become $40, that's when I start reassessing my collecting habits. Period.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, it's like we're simultaneously in a golden age for collecting, and that we're also in an area where, you know, people kind of have to pick a lane, and that's the thing that's unfortunate. It's like, well, we have finite space, but we also have finite funds, so it's just like, yeah. Is this character one that should be an exclusive? I mean, he's relatively new.
Yes and no, and he's still dead in the comics. So
yeah,
he had his arc and he died.
Yeah.
So you're seeing this as a pass for you, Dave?
Yeah. 100% pass.
Yeah, I'm very choosy with my Marvel Legends. I mean, I think the only one I have coming down the pipe that I'm actually interested in is that classic Ghost Rider.
Oh yeah, well, that classic Ghost Rider's got a lot of new stuff with it too. So
Yes. I mean, it's sad that like the biggest thing that I want for that Ghost Rider for is like I love the skeletal hands.
mm-hmm.
Like that's
Well, the painting on the chain is nice. I mean,
Yeah.
well, that's a whole different topic. But this,
yeah.
I got. Yeah, no.
Yeah. All right, next up, we're gonna get out of comic stuff, and we're gonna talk about a crappy movie, but one that probably holds a special place in our hearts. The Masterverse is doing a movie, He-Man and Skeletor. So, yeah, these were revealed for the Mo Tuesday this past week. I don't think these are going to be exclusives anywhere, as far as I can tell. So correct me if I'm wrong, but we get our look at the movie versions of these guys. I don't think they have any other pictures other than these default poses, but I think this is pretty cool. I think it's cool that the Masterverse is like drawing from every piece of canon it can.
Mm-hmm. They are hitting the buttons. It is a good time to be a He-Man fan right now.
Mm-hmm.
Guy says, I kind of miss how odd and goofy the movie was. It definitely was. Definitely was.
You also have now a 1/12 scale Dolph Lundgren if you need it.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah. These two, like, I'm the only Masterverse figures I picked up were like the initial ones. I get Skelegod, He-Man, Skeletor, and Battle Cat.
I got He-Man just from Effortless.
I will probably get these. Like, full stop. I will probably pick these up.
The Dolph Lundgren could be fun. Just to even just take off the stuff, the He-Man stuff, and like give him military weapons or have him terrorize your grief.
And Skeletor, I mean, I'm sorry, go ahead. I just remember going to actually see this movie in the theater, and yeah, I love the design of Skeletor. I think that was one of the best things about the movie. And Frank Lagena, I've said his last name right, was that was the perfect amount of
corniness,
evil, corny, over the top stuff. In the god awful, if you want to call it Skelegod mode, they had him as a big gold mess. It's neat. I like it.
T says you can make him fight the WWF Mr. T. These are definitely awesome. I know that they're also doing the like the early 2000s He-Man. I forget, was that just He-Man in the Masters Universe?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's see. We'll get into our next. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna. No, we'll do Storm Collectibles first. So, Storm Collectibles, we've been talking about them. BBTS is going to be exclusively carrying Storm in the U.S. And one of the first new figures, we've already seen this in prototype, but we haven't seen it painted. We get a teaser for Kano.
Gimme.
This looks amazing. And I gotta say, like, this is the first time that, like, I think any of these Mortal Kombat characters resembled the original actors.
You mean like
this guy actually looks really intimidating.
Mocap actors?
The mocap actors. So, forget the name of the guy, but I believe it was it Richard? I
don't know, but I really hope it has a laser effect.
Yeah.
And a beating heart.
A beating heart and like blood effects that plug into knives.
And knives.
He's got to have like the spitting knife effect.
I'm buying it. I'm buying it.
100%, I'm in on this. This looks great. I love how they did the coloring on it. I love it. Just looks right.
Not a damn ninja.
It's not a ninja. Because I mean, really, the only Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 ninja that's a can of worms because they still need to do Ermac, Noob, Smoke. Can of worms.
Can of worms.
Rain. But yeah, this looks awesome. There'll probably be way more to come in the coming weeks here. But yeah,
they need to do. You know what they need to do? They need to do the Sub-Zero cyborg from Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
God, that was such a fun twist in the game. Did not see that coming. Mortal Kombat 9 is hands down one of my favorite games ever made. Single player mode. Beautiful story. It retells the entire Mortal Kombat trilogy, and then they throw a couple great twists in the story.
Best story mode in a fighting game, hands down.
Between that and NetherRealms in general does the best single player games because between that and the Injustice games, my God, the Injustice game story is phenomenal.
Did you say a Mortal Kombat 9?
Yeah.
Okay, just curious.
Why?
Because I was interested.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat. Yeah, 9 should be, and I think that might be on PlayStation Plus or Xbox Game Pass.
I think it's been delisted because I was recently trying to get it on PC and it's gone. It's not on Xbox. I mean, it's backwards compatible on Xbox, but it's not on Games Pass or anything. But it was delisted on PC, unfortunately.
It's not on the PlayStation Store either.
Yeah, I still have my physical copy of it.
Same. Also,
hey, Tech Checker, long time no see.
Tech Checker, holy hell! I got dioramas for you, man. Not here, they're out of reach, but I got them. Also, complete thing, but if you're on the PlayStation Plus, Yakuza, Kiwami, Yakuza 0, and then Kiwami 2. Download them, play them in that order. 1, 0, then 2. You will thank me. Great games.
All right, let's get into our next. We're going to do a little SH Figuarts here before we get into NECA and wrap it up for the night. This one is, I'm glad you're here, Matt, because this is an interesting one. We get Frieza's second form.
Yeah, how about that?
I guess this wrap. Well, I guess Frieza's third form hasn't been done yet, has it? The xenomorph looking one.
No, that's the only one. Yeah, because they did him in the pod. They obviously have done his final form to hell and back.
Yeah.
But yeah, that the xenomorph looking one was always weird to me. But this one is I don't know. This shocked me. I couldn't believe this was the reveal. I couldn't believe this is the one that they were going for, and it looks great.
Yeah, probably a pre-tool for King Cold and Frieza. Cooler as well.
I thought they already made Cooler.
They made, well, did they? I thought they just made Meta Cooler. I could be wrong.
But no, I think you're right about King Cold. And I think if Kevin's still in the chat, he
would know.
He's just going crazy. Yeah. Yeah, it looks good. I've tightened up my Dragon Ball collection, but
this is
good.
He was only in this, for 12 episodes?
Yeah, which is about 4 minutes.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Roland Ray says they did make Cooler. Yeah, we need Joe back. I'm curious what his stance on DBZ collecting is.
Yeah, he hasn't picked up much of anything lately, but
yeah.
I'm just curious to see how much. All right, so this guy's $90 from Premium Bandai to be released May 2023. So you got a bit of a lead time.
But that's the only way you're gonna get that 4-star Dragon Ball.
You know, it's funny. Like we went to an FYE not too long ago, and they were selling Dragon Ball, like light up. I guess they were just light up Dragon Balls, and all of them were the 4-star. And Lex was like, "What is the obsession with the 4-star ball here?"
Wasn't
That I
Goku?
couldn't tell you.
Wasn't that Goku's ball? That's Grandpa.
Next up and last for our Figwarts news, we get a look at the Amazing Spider-Man SH Figwarts figure, which is probably the best likeness I've ever seen on a figure to Andrew Garfield. I've been out on Figwarts for quite some time, but
it's cool and not at the same time.
Yeah,
his body is so long.
Yeah, I feel like at some point Hasbro's going to cash in and they're going to do a set. Like, I know they're already doing a set with 3 Spider-Men, but they're going to do a set with them unmasked, and that's going to be like the option that I would probably go with.
Yeah, it's effortlessly says it best. Yeah, the facial expression is just like,
Yeah. This is probably the facial expression Andrew Garfield made when he saw how Amazing Spider-Man 2 did at the box office.
That's the expression I made when I walked out of the movie, that's for sure. There's Spider-Man, the way they handle the crotch area on those figures, it looks like he's wearing like a weird reverse thong.
G-string.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, I know why they're doing it, to give the movement on there, but Mafex just does it better with their drop-down hips.
Yeah, drop-down hips are definitely the way to go.
And again, look at the proportion, the torso versus the legs. Go back that one picture.
It's really long. Really long.
Which also means there's probably not much of an ab crunch on that.
If any.
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, I don't...
Well, can you go back to where he's... Can you go back to where he's, like, in his Spider-Man crouch? I'm sure. That one. I mean...
Yeah.
Even then, it looks like it's... Yeah, you're not getting any really bend.
The weight is on one hand. The other one is ghosting the...
It's hover-handing the floor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think the only really thing that Figwarts has over Marvel Legends these days is they have the toe hinge.
Is it jump? No. This one's got toe hinge.
It does.
What they have going for them is honestly materials more than anything else. The plastic's still more solid. The joints are more solid, but and you hold it. It's the texturing on the suit.
That Spider-Man actually has the bend at the toe tip.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen that on Marvel Legends since Toy Biz had them.
Is that the Renew Your Vows?
I haven't opened a Marvel Legend in ages, guys. Feel honored.
Dave, is that the Renew Your Vows set?
Yes, it is.
Yep, he's got a toe hinge. I just watched a review of it.
Well,
save me that one then.
Holy shit! I didn't make it to the end of Flush's review.
Yep, he does. He said he was the most articulated Spider-Man they've come out with to date. The only downside to the whole figure was the neck joint's still a little bit restrictive, but I don't know. It seemed fine.
The only thing this doesn't have is
the diaphragm.
Webs. If it came with webs, I would have been thrilled. But look, he comes out of the package with his toe bent.
Holy shit!
But he actually comes with 3 sets of hands too. The 3 sets you should have: whip, wall crawling, and punching. And a Peter Parker head.
Yeah.
Now I want it.
And Spinneret comes with a brand new face sculpt for Mary Jane.
No, it's not. It's that face sculpt is the same one that came with Gwen Stacy.
All right. Well, since we have Tech Checker in here, Gotta bring this up.
Why
NECA
isn't
is
app
doing.
crunching?
Why isn't the app crunching?
His app crunch.
It's ratcheted. Might be stuck.
We talked about this a long time ago, whether they do this or not, and
They do it.
They're doing it, and it's not worth the price.
Yeah.
What is the price?
$40 for just the coffin and spiders.
Not even the armadillo? Yeah, I mean, given enough time, you could make that.
Yeah. Joke
You
aside,
get the
I wouldn't
armadillo
make
and
the
the
armadillo,
box.
but I could probably make that coffin.
Or if you have a friend that 3D prints.
Yeah. I have not actually seen this movie. Is the armadillo like a thing?
I think Renfield tried to eat it.
It's just very random. To have an armadillo. The other ones I get, but the armadillo is like he went to show up for a party and went to the wrong house. But
I've read Preacher.
Looks nice enough, but it's a box. Yep, it is. It is a box. Can confirm.
I actually like the Mummy set a little better, and the Frankenstein set. This is definitely the weakest of them.
Yeah, especially when you have like the I believe doesn't the Michelangelo mummy come with the coffin?
I don't know. I was actually when I was in Target
Or the
today, I saw the
sarcophagus.
Leonardo Hunchback figure at Target.
I saw that in the April as well.
The other thing about the mummy accessories that it has a one-up over this guy is that the word sarcophagus is fun to say.
That is true.
That's all I got.
I think it's cool they're at least doing this. You know, they're saying, hey, you know, we're gonna make it, but $40 is way too much. I think at 20 that would be the sweet spot for what this is. But we'll get into NECA stuff that's a better value before we wrap up tonight's show. We're going to start off with, well, actually, you know, we're going to finish on 2 Gargoyles figures. We're going to start off with one we know is coming, and that is the Broadway. We get a good look at him.
I just scuffed this figure up, son of a bitch.
That looks really cool.
You know how to make yourself feel better, Dave? Say the word sarcophagus. There you go.
But to Mike's sentiment, I think this does look awesome.
I'll hit this with a hairdryer or something later, but dang it, that's not cool.
All that for a toe tilt.
He looked good. I love that weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that the weapon is modular. I wish that the standard head had an articulated jaw.
Yeah, no reason not. I mean, that seems overcomplicated to me.
Yeah.
Well, NECA's like old Todd, you know, he likes to have as many as the sculpts even.
Yeah. I kind of wish he had like a dopier face, because like the way I remember Broadway,
I'm kind of glad he doesn't, to be honest.
Well, now I'm just saying in addition, like the way I remember him is like kind of like being more of a smiley character. You know, he's like the lovable oaf.
Until he shot Angela. Or Martha, what's her name?
Yeah, well.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that
That's
said...
a good Spider-Man right there.
He scuffed it all up, folks.
And on that note...
Yeah. I'm going to agree with Lowell Martins here. I think that they definitely should all come with the folded wings. I would pay extra $5 just to get those rather than having them shoehorn into some other figure down the line. You know.
Did they do that with Goliath or none of them?
Goliath
I've never seen
came
these.
with Bronx.
Yeah.
And Bronx was like almost next to impossible to find. He's just starting to reappear again.
Yeah, I was gonna say we found him here recently. I think Matt and I popped into the store and it was like, oh, there he is.
I mean, this is my least favorite gargoyle, but I'll still probably end up getting him. Yes, I like Lexington better than him, and Lexington will probably come with the folded wings for either him, not Lexington. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it would be Lexington because I don't think Hudson or Broadway is going to come with anybody's wings.
No. Yeah, Broadway comes with. It's gonna be because Broadway's he's gonna be coming out.
Well, T, we're going to wrap it up, but we got one more thing to talk about. And this was a figure that last week we just didn't have time for because we had Larkin on. We were talking about some cool stuff, some 3D printing. I had this on the docket, but just didn't get to it, and that is Cold Stone. So, yeah, that's
going to be awesome.
Yeah.
That 100% is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And, they got the Xanatos. We know they're coming out with Iron.
Yeah, so these are the only 2 shots that we get from Toy Collector. I'm really looking forward to this. And as Dave said, yeah, this is kind of a indicator of what else is going to come in this line. But yeah, this is this shot up to probably my most anticipated Gargoyles figure.
Well, he's that's a deep dive because he's later season too. So that just
he is.
The only thing that would make it cooler if they start doing characters from the pack.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure at some point we'll get Jackal and Hyena. We'll probably get both forms of them. Their human forms, their cyborg forms. And didn't Jackal and Hyena also get fully android forms too later on?
I can't remember that.
But I mean, it's just interesting. We're early on talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the deep dives they went to. It's interesting to see now.
I'm glad NECA's taking this approach to lots of things. Gives me
right.
They did better than Figuarts do, that's for sure.
Right, and I like how they're peppering in the essential figures as well as the deep cuts. So there's something for everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah. Kev says no Flames toys, Nemesis Optimus. Well, the Flames toys Nemesis Optimus, that's more of a reissue. I mean, that is available. BBTS did get that reissue. I didn't really think it was. Given how much stuff's coming out, I didn't put it on here. But yeah, you can go over to BBTS, and they've got that reissue up.
Of a $300 figure, or a $400 figure.
$400 plus. It's $450.
It does hold up. I want to get my daughter to start watching it with me again.
Yeah, I've been meaning to go back and rewatch it.
I think it holds up better than the X-Men cartoon. That's right, I said it.
I think the thing about Gargoyles is just the voice acting. It's like that Batman the Animated Series. Those are 2 shows that the voice acting holds it up so much.
Oh yeah, you got Keith David. I mean, you had
a lot of the Star Trek Next Generation.
Yeah. Mina Cirrus is in it.
Yeah. Jonathan Frakes.
Jonathan Frakes. Yeah. Jonathan Frakes is Xanatos.
Yeah. Roller says, "Damn, Dave, shots fired at X-Men." X-Men had a great voice cast as well. I mean, it just sucks that for the X-Men '97, where I forget his
animation
name.
Budget got tacked.
Well, yeah, the animation budget got hit hard, but the voice acting was good in that, and I mean, unfortunately, the guy that did the voice of Cyclops is no longer with us.
Yeah. Plus, figuring out how many ways Wolverine could swear without swearing.
Right.
Well, the way they should start off with the first episode of X-Men '97 is they should do what they did with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and the first thing that happens is Wolverine walks in all pissed off about a mission going awry and just punches Cyclops in the throat. You've damaged his Wolverine, you've damaged his vocal cords. He'll never sound the same again like he did years ago. It's your fault. He should have known better.
Bub.
Now where's my picture?
Well, that's going to wrap it up for news. We lost Matt along the way, but I'm sure he's curled up with a dog. His dog Maya. She's very sweet.
Very adorable.
Yes. So, that said, Mike, I know you're in the midst of 3D printing, but where can folks find you at if they want to keep up with any of your social media, any of the stuff you got going on?
Oh, well, like I said, a lot of the stuff based on time and things right now, we just keep up great conversations and showing a lot of customs and stuff on the ERC Facebook page. You also catch me once in a while.
Transformers ERC.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you. And I show up once in a while with.
You know me. You don't ERC.
I'll show up once in a while on TM Reviews Friday streams. In fact, I'll be with him next Friday when he goes through some really cool displays from fellow collectors. He brought up the ask from the community to show off their collection, so we want to sit down and look through some things. And I always love it because I always find something that inspires me to look at my mess and say, oh, now I want to try to do this and whatnot. So that's usually where you'll see my input, and guest opportunities like tonight. It's always a fun time. So I can never thank you guys enough for the invites.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, we appreciate you. So, like I said, I mean, I wasn't joking when I said you derailed us beautifully. You are part of the fan.
I think we got to have Tech Checker back on because he wants to see your dios, Dave. So we got to have like a dio night on Figure Action again.
Or if he wants to invite me, I'll go on his show. I'm taking bookings, folks. But Zero, where can we find you?
Well, I mean, link in the description below. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram. I my social media presence has been very weak, but like the Figure Action page on Facebook, like us on Instagram. We do photography on there. It's kind of a collaboration job, so you can find me as ExtraZero on all the various social media networks out there. Dave, where can folks find you? I know you're doing some photography here and there.
Well, if you look at the bottom of the screen here, scrolling across.
Oh yeah, at Trustarscreamer.
You can find my Instagram at Trustarscreamer, or because I got a little production value here, if you have no attention span, I am on TikTok as well with a few stupid things of attempting to be humorous, but mostly though it's my Instagram still the best thing to do. And of course, every Thursday night here and wherever, if I get a chance to harass Henry Pig. But he hasn't given me a good opportunity.
I'm supposed to go on those Jeopardy finals, so we'll see. I'll keep folks posted when I get my time.
Through his last one. But anyway, everyone, thank you so much. Mike, thank you. Zero, thank you. I've totally hijacked this ending here. I don't care.
Hey, that's fine. Take us out of here.
We want to see you guys next week. Please tell your friends. I want this counter above. I want to see this counter going up
hit
past 35.
Yeah.
So, if not, I will tell. The jokes will just get worse and worse and worse. That's not a threat. That's a promise. Good night, everybody.
Have a good one. We'll see you all next Thursday, right here on the Figure Action channel on YouTube, 9 o'clock Eastern. Peace out, bye-bye, and have a good one.